First of all, if everyone could turn off their cell phones so there's no disruptions, that would be great. My name is Matthew Goldberg. I'm the president of the Students for Israel. Welcome everyone tonight. I know that some of you plan on walking out on this event, and that's certainly your prerogative, but we ask that you do not disrupt the event. If you do disrupt the event, the officers will deal with that as necessary. I encourage you to stay and ask questions respectfully. There will be a question and answer session at the end of the program, and we encourage you to ask these two young people questions about their lives, about questions that you may have, and I think that they would appreciate that, and I think that would be constructive for everyone here. With that being said, I'd like to begin the program. So first of all, I'd like to introduce Lital Shemesh. Lital was born in Ashkelon and served as a combat soldier in the Border Police Unit of the IDF. Lital is alumnus of the Stainless Fellowship of 2010 at Tel Aviv University. She has a BA in Social Sciences from the Open University, and today is a journalist for various outlets, including TV and newspapers. Lital feels strongly about the way the IDF is perceived in the media and was eager to contribute as much as possible to her country. She chose to serve in the border unit, serving a checkpoint, something that is unique for women to do in the IDF. Adam Abidan is an alum of the Stainless Fellowship of 2012 at Tel Aviv University. He was drafted in 2002 and has developed a career in the Army, today serving as the head of the International Organizations and Diplomatic Missions Department. In the past, he has served as an officer in COCAT, the coordination of government activities in the Palestinian territories, and in the civil administration. Adam's experiences in the IDF are comprised of stories dealing with the Palestinian population as well as with international representatives. Currently, he is pursuing a BA in Political Science and International Relations in the Tel Aviv Academic College. So everyone please give a warm welcome to Adam and Lital.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you very much for coming and for having us. I will start, and then Adam will speak a little bit, and then we will have time for questions and answers, and we would really love you to stay, to ask whatever you have to ask, and to just dialogue with us, because that's what we are here for, basically to show you the faces behind the headlines. So, as I said, my name is Lital. I live in Tel Aviv, which is in the center of Israel. I work as a journalist. I was a TV news reporter for Channel 1 News, and now I'm writing for several newspapers and magazines in Israel. On the fun side, I'm just launching a new website for teenage girls, which is all about fashion, beauty, entertainment, and other fun stuff. Speaking of clothes, we just recently got our first Forever 21 store in Israel, which is very exciting, because now I don't have to spend all my money on international deliveries. So it's a lot of fun. But I'm here today to talk to you about my experience serving in the Israeli Defense Forces. And I really wish I wouldn't have to stand in front of you guys and talk to you about my experiences. And I wish I could have spent those 3 years sitting on the lawn of a good college, beginning my academic studies, rather than holding an M16 rifle in my hands. But unfortunately, this is the situation that we're living in Israel. And we have terror attacks basically on a daily basis, and the army in Israel is not a choice, it's a duty, and it's one that we are very, very proud of. So the army service is mandatory, and we need to serve for 3 years. And before I joined the army, it was pretty clear to me that I didn't want to do any other regular women positions. Usually women are doing all kinds of intelligence positions, training other soldiers, educational positions, but I wanted to do the same as the guys, and I volunteered to be a combat soldier in the Border Guard, which is a unit in the military police. And you have to understand that Israel is a country basically in the size of New Jersey. And when you join the army, you're basically guarding your home. I'm not defending my country 5,000 miles away. I'm guarding my home. Because when I drive from my house in Tel Aviv, in only 40 minutes to the Hamas-controlled Gaza, the Hamas, who now control the Gaza Strip, is a terror organization linked and funded by Al-Qaeda. And when I drive from my house in Tel Aviv, in only 1 hour and a half to the Hezbollah-controlled Lebanon in the north, you come to realize what defending your home really means. My parents, they live in Ashdod. Only in the past week they got over 200 rockets launched from the Gaza Strip. And in the past 11 years, the southern part of Israel, Sderot, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Beersheba, got more than 11,000 missiles. So when you're joining the army, you're realizing you basically need to defend your family, your home, your friends. So one of my positions in the army was handling the security checkpoints between Israelis and Palestinian areas. And in an ideal world, Israel wouldn't have needed those security checkpoints. People could have freely moved from one place to another. But unfortunately, we have all those lunatic suicide bombers who expose themselves up in public places, restaurants, coffee shops, shopping malls. And I can't really describe to you what it means like to be an 18-year-old girl. I joined the army at the age of 18, who cannot go to a nightclub with friends and think about what to wear, just about being safe. An 18-year-old girl who goes out for coffee or for pizza with friends while her mother is at home worrying sick when she'll be back. And that was the situation then, and unfortunately we still are facing terror attacks on a daily basis. And as I said, one of my responsibilities was handling checkpoints, and in the Israeli army you can find women in those positions. One of their duties is to physically examine other women because men can't do it. So I was standing in my shift for like 5 or 6 hours in the blazing sun, and a pregnant Palestinian woman came to the checkpoint where I was standing. And she was in a rush to get across. She was in labor. And me standing there as another woman, thinking to myself, you know, what's greater joy than you in life than giving birth? And on one hand, I wanted to let her get across as fast as I can, but on the other hand, I knew the terrorists are using time and again women, children, disabled people to operate their suicide bombings. And it was a good thing for me to check the woman and the ambulance, because the ambulance that was carrying her was carrying concealed explosive devices. And if I would have let them go, that ambulance would have gone to Netanya, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Haifa, and just operate the suicide bombing attacks. And that's just one case out of so many we need to deal and face basically on a daily basis when you join the army in Israel. It's important for me to say that I want peace more than anything in the world. I yearn for peace. And you can pick any Israeli, and he will tell you the same story that when he was a child, you know, our parents used to say that when we will be 18, we won't need to go to the army because there won't be an army, there will be peace. And you can pick any Israeli and he will tell you the same story. But unfortunately, we're still fighting our war of independence, and at the moment, I cannot apologize for defending my country, and I cannot apologize for my right to live, that right to live. You know how it is. I just want to say thank you very much.
Can you hear me that way? So my name is Adam. I'm 29. I live in Tel Aviv. I'm studying for political science and foreign relations. And as I joined the army in 2001 when I was 18. Like everyone, it's a mandatory service. 3 years for men, 2 years for women. But I decided that I want to do something special in my army service. So I volunteered to a unit called COGAT, which is Coordination of Government Activities in the Palestinian Territories, and also called the Civil Administration. And our unit is actually a coordination and liaison unit between the army, the Israeli military, and the Palestinian Authority and the Palestinian population. So our main duties were to look after the humanitarian needs of the Palestinian population, start from food and medical supplies. We still have joint committees dealing with water, health, education, infrastructure. There is joint cooperation between the two sides, always. And also working with the Palestinian security organizations, Palestinian police. The IDF and the Palestinian police are sitting together, sharing information. For example, if we have information Nablus, Ramallah, Jenin, Tulkarm. We just sit together with them, giving them the information, and they will go and arrest the guy. Because it's important for us to strengthen Abu Mazen, the Fatah, and the Palestinian Authority, as we see the Hamas as a joint, as an enemy, both for Israel and also for the Palestinian people. Just as an example, in 2009, during the Gaza operation, the IDF has decided to launch a military operation against Hamas terrorists in Gaza. After 3 years of thousands of missiles were shot towards the southern part of Israel, where 1/4 million people were under daily attacks of missiles and rockets in their homes, streets, kindergartens, everywhere. We decided to launch a wide military operation against this terror organization. Guys, I understand that you have something to say. If you have any questions, you feel something, you are more than welcome to stay.
We'd love you to stay and just
with us in dialogue.
dialogue with us. And if you believe that peace is possible, then you need to understand that peace is all about dialoguing and not about hatred.
I think it's a great opportunity